G'day and welcome. My name is Matt Creedon. These are reflections that continue after the sound fades. Today I'd like to talk to you about a story about the best melody I've probably ever written. It's a song called Orbita, and it came to me when I was in my mid to late 20s. I remember the day very clearly. I'd been writing music all day, probably about 6 hours straight. Songwriting is surprisingly physical work. You're constantly strumming, singing, repeating things again and again. And interestingly, the process is actually quite similar to meditation. You sit there repeating an idea over and over, except instead of chanting Om, my mantra was usually something like, nope, that's no good, nope, that's no good, nope, that's no good. Not exactly the most uplifting mantra in the world, but that's part of the process. You have to make a lot of mistakes before you find the right thing. Sometimes writing music feels peaceful, other times it feels painful, especially when you really want to write something great. And if we're honest, sometimes we want that greatness because we want to prove something to other people, which is slightly a silly, it's a very silly pursuit, but also a practical one, because the better the song, the more chance there is that someone might actually want to listen to it. Although the strange thing about art is that sometimes you write something incredible and nobody cares, and then you write something that you think is mediocre and suddenly everyone loves it. So creating art is a strange journey, and like most journeys, the destination isn't the real lesson. The lesson is what happens to you along the way. One of the lessons life has taught me about is comfort. Most people are searching for comfort. More money, more security, more food on the table, all understandable things. But what I've discovered over time is that the real secret isn't comfort, it's actually resilience. The more resilient you become, the lighter life feels. And if you can enjoy a cold shower, then a warm shower is going to feel incredible. If you can live on something simple like oats and a few sultanas, then a simple meal can feel like a royal banquet. So I suppose I've always leaned a little towards being stoic. I like sitting upright with my back straight. It opens the lungs. Breathing becomes easier. Life becomes simpler. So while some people avoid hardship, I often found myself running toward it. Not because I enjoy suffering, but because resilience makes life easier than luxury ever could. Mind you, I don't mind a little luxury now and then, but I don't need it to feel complete. So anyway, back to the day I wrote this melody. I had about half an hour left in my writing time, and I decided to give it one final try. And then something unexpected happened. A melody arrived, not slowly, mind you, but suddenly. It felt like a horse running through me. And the melody came in 4 complete sections: a verse, a pre-chorus, a chorus, and a post-chorus all at once. Each section different from the others, but somehow perfectly connected. It felt like falling down a rabbit hole chasing this melody, and I was grabbing pieces of it and juggling them in my mind, trying to understand how they went. It actually felt a bit like learning a new song. Even though the song was coming from me, or maybe more accurately, it was coming through me, I knew it was good, but I couldn't quite hold the whole thing at once. So there was this small fear that I might lose it. Once I locked in the first section, the second one arrived immediately, and it was a little bit like turning a jigsaw piece around and around until it suddenly clicked into place. The third section arrived completely different again and somehow perfect. And then the final chorus just fell into place. The writing itself felt effortless, but remembering it was the difficult part. Eventually I captured the whole song, And as quickly as I could, I turned on my 4-track recorder and recorded a rough version, just voice and acoustic guitar. And that was the birth of the song Orbita. Now, that song has stayed with me for many years, and in some ways it feels a little bit like a child. Over time, I've dressed it up in many different outfits, different arrangements, different recordings, trying to give it the best chance to be heard, although sometimes I haven't been the best parent. Sometimes you spend so much energy creating a song that when it comes time to share it, there's really not much energy left. But today I thought it might be time to share it again. The deeper lesson this song gave me has nothing to do with music. It's actually about life. Life isn't easy. We're here for a very short time. We watch ourselves grow older. We watch people we love grow older. And eventually, one by one, they leave us. That might sound dark. I get it. But truly, it isn't. Because when you really understand this, you realize that every moment is a gift. We don't know when we'll take our final breath, and yet we spend so much time complaining about small discomforts. But when you really step back and look closely, life is extraordinary. There is magic in everything. The simple act of breathing is astonishing. Just being alive inside a human body is breathtaking. So, this song reminds me to follow my heart and to look at the thoughts running through my mind with a little bit of humour, because the mind can be a very serious place, and sometimes it helps to smile at it. If you'd like to hear the many versions of Orbita, I'll leave links in the description below. And thanks for listening. Until next time, take a breath, listen deeply, and notice what remains after the sound fades. Thank you for listening. My name's Matt Creedon. This has been Music is Medicine. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider following the podcast or sharing it with someone who might enjoy a moment of stillness today. And remember, sometimes the deepest insights arrive not during the sound, but in the quiet moments that follow.